Hardrock is a rising artist based out of Atlanta, Georgia, who started gaining momentum following his popular singles and tape releases in 2022 due to his unique and infectious sound. He's currently hailed as the next star in the underground, collecting cosigns in a similar manner to the Opium artists like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. And while many fans throughout his come up hoped he'd join the same label, he's actually been claimed by another respected player in the game. The mystery behind Hardrock's business relationships and hiatus from rap as soon as he started to gain some popularity are the exact reasons fans have become so interested. This is the untold story of Hardrock, one of one. Hardrock, officially known as Barry Holloway, was born in the small town of Powder Springs outside of Atlanta. Some of his biggest inspirations in music were Young Thug and Future, some of the all-time greats of hip-hop that so happen to be from the same general area. However, what most fans aren't aware of were his aspirations and accomplishments within sports before all his success in music. For throughout his teens, Hardrock participated in a variety of sports and dominated them, to say the least. He started boxing from a young age, soon after finding himself in junior Olympic boxing tournaments. However, eventually decided to abandon the sport to focus more on basketball, perhaps a more likely career as the sport was much more popular. Underground fans somehow even found various highlight reels of Hardrock balling in scrimmages and pickup games, looking much more talented than his competition. His profile scouting report even listed him as the number 46 nationally ranked player in the class of 2021. Obviously, because of this, Hardrock received countless offers for college ball at D1 and D2 universities such as Georgia and Alabama. However, accepted none of them. On April 23, 2020, in the midst of the beginning of the pandemic, Hardrock began releasing music on SoundCloud with his first track titled 223, following up with sporadic singles and amateur EPs for the few that would give him a chance to prove himself. Until 1 year later, in June of 2021, he'd release his first viral track, Flex Up, featuring Kobe Bryant on the cover, accumulating over 300,000 plays to this day. This was likely the initial taste of success so early on that gave Hardrock the motivation to take music seriously, for he would continue stacking viral songs on SoundCloud, getting fan after fan slowly from the ground up. Less than a month later, Hardrock released a single, Hardcore Drugs, that exceeded his expectations so much throughout the end of the year that he uploaded it as his first ever song on official streaming platforms. I mean, with over 1.5 million plays already, how could one deny finally making money off their music? Hardrock continued releasing singles, projects, and music videos on all streaming platforms, including Next, 808 Speaker Knockers, and Slatty Dawn, in the process beginning to create a little bit of a buzz for himself online within the underground hip-hop community, especially during a time needing more originality. Mainstream artists even started to notice his movement. Gunna liked one of his songs on SoundCloud, Trippie Redd posted a screenshot listening to Hardrock on his Instagram story, pictures of Hardrock and Saw Baby linking up at the studio surfaced. His movement was becoming undeniable, although he wasn't completely immune to the clone accusations from fans that many popular acts face at one point or another in their career. Born early to mid 2022, his sound and aesthetics drew comparisons to Destroy Lonely and Opium as a whole, due to the dark, high contrast visuals in combination with heavy usage of distorted 808s and rock influences in his instrumentals. But to be honest, this helped his career, since in most cases, no publicity is bad publicity, especially since creators and fans alike began speculating if Playboi Carti was actually interested in signing him to the Opium label because of all these clone accusations. The branding was all too congruent, but as soon as fans started to ask questions, Hardrock disappeared. Because of the current opium and underground landscape full of artists attempting to give off the illusion of mystery on social media in order to emulate the success of Playboi Carti, Hardrock's disappearance felt rather ordinary, that is, for the first 5 months. For all of a sudden, on May 12, 2023, Ian Connor reveals on Twitter where Hardrock has been all this time: the military, and moreover, that whoever he was messaging got him out, likely to capitalize on the newfound success in music during his hiatus. But who exactly? Because speculation around who Hardrock was signed to, or at least speaking to, began to rise, especially due to Ian Connor's past relationship with Playboi Carti. Somehow, the fan theory of signing to Opium actually had some merit now, but was still wrong. Hardrock is actually signed to Victor Victor, founder of Ski Mask, Slump God, and Pop Smoke, among others, a few years back. Regardless, there is still not much information on why exactly Hardrock left for the military with so many opportunities already unfolding before his eyes. Perhaps he and his family had roots in the military and wished to serve their country, or the idea of music being a sustainable career was too risky to follow at the time. All we do know is that Hardrock served in the Navy after graduating high school in 2021 up until this past summer in 2023. Allegedly, given his athleticism that we discussed earlier, he was actually on track to be in the special services, meaning more high-stakes responsibilities like combat. On June 16th though, Hardrock finally returns to the internet with a public appearance at none other than the Paris Fashion Week Alix runway show, a brand founded by Matthew Williams, right-hand man of Playboi Carti and friend to Opium, as well as creative director of Givenchy, which by no coincidence, Hardrock modeled for a week later or so. But this was simply just the beginning of the rollout, the return of Hardrock. A couple months later, after letting all of the public appearances and cosigns simmer, Hardrock announces his comeback album, One of One, featuring production from the previously mentioned Filthy, Benny X, among other popular producers in the underground, in addition to a feature from Saw Baby on the track Jansport. Funny enough, Hardrock allegedly recorded most, if not all, the tracks on this album while he was deployed in the Navy, although upon its release, Saw Baby was actually nowhere to be found, as the track was listed on the official release of the album but remained unplayable, likely a clearance issue. But with an array of varying Atlanta hip-hop and alternative sounds in the project, fans didn't care all too much. At least the elusive Hardrock has finally returned to save the underground from its current monotony. Seems like past alternative star Avril Lavigne thought so too, for she personally cleared the sample used within his Complicated record and apparently booked some studio sessions with Hardrock this past September. Yet another power player in the music industry that sees his vision. But he and Matthew Williams seem to have developed a deeper relationship than expected. Less than a month after Hardrock's highly anticipated One of One project, he featured on the Alix compilation tape next to other solidified artists in the fashion world like Yachty, Lancey Foe, and NGYL on the track titled Black Truck Scheming. Matthew Williams is even rumored to be involved as the creative director on his next solo project. And with a track record of Whole Lotta Red as his last, Hardrock is definitely not short of the resources to make an impact. In fact, another rumor regarding Hardrock's next project is that Benny X may be executive producing it, gearing up for an early 2024 release. I guess no more long breaks between projects. He and Destroy Lonely were also spotted together in Tokyo, and given his relationship with Matthew Williams, and Matthew Williams to Opium, I wouldn't be surprised if Lone and Hardrock had anything in the vault. He's also been invited to open for Lil Uzi Vert's upcoming Pink Tape tour, though nothing has been publicly confirmed just yet, but would only add to Hardrock's endless collection of cosigns. And if his music career doesn't pan out as expected, he's now allegedly been invited and is planning to try out for the College Park Skyhawks, the Atlanta Hawks G League team, in early October. So whether Hardrock chooses the glamorous rapper lifestyle, professional basketball player, or serving his country in the Navy, he's already proven himself in pretty much every scenario in such a short amount of time, only graduating high school a couple years ago. There's no wrong answer. However, as we all know, music does seem to be the most promising option with all of the connections and success he's already gained thus far. All the while, recording most of the music offshore. One thing is for certain though, Hardrock's story is definitely one of one.